Welcome, fellow adventurers, to a tale that challenges the boundaries of reality. Today, we explore the story of Manhwa, a young warrior reincarnated into a world filled with alien creatures, threatening his existence. As we delve into the siege on Dragon City to the unexpected twists that blend the lines between dreams and reality, be prepared for a roller coaster of emotions, surprises, and a dash of martial arts mastery. The tale begins on a fateful day when Dragon City finds itself under siege by alien creatures, leading to its inevitable fall. Despite relentless efforts by a lone boy to combat the invaders, the challenge proves insurmountable. His attempts to thwart the alien creatures are hampered when a golem captures and inflicts severe damage upon him. Doubt creeps in as he questions his ability to continue the fight post-injury. Struggling to restrain the alien menace, the protagonist faces another setback as a magical vein-wielding monster, previously injured by him, retaliates, rendering him powerless and slowly succumbing to impending demise. In his captivity, he reaches out to his parents, expressing regret for not being able to achieve success. As if fate has more in store, meteors rain down upon Dragon City, sealing its destruction. Abruptly, the tale shifts to an irate old professor admonishing his inattentive students for their lack of focus on the lecture topic. Unexpectedly, Manhwa, the protagonist, awakens in his classroom, bewildered by the presence of a classmate. Realizing he is not deceased, he discovers an upcoming entrance examination, signaling a return to his third-year status. Caught off guard, Manhwa's revelation about his nightmare involving the brutal attack on Dragon City and its subsequent destruction leaves everyone in shock. Surprisingly, Teacher Yan, presumed dead in the dream, is very much alive. Frustrated by Manhwa's disruptive behavior and the vivid account of his demise, Teacher Yan demands an explanation from Manhwa. Mr. Yan directed Manhwa to assume a unique posture against the wall, head up, chest out, stomach in, and posterior protruding. At the very moment, Mr. Yan recounted a tale from 50 years past when Dragon City faced a zombie onslaught. Monsters emerged after a fog enveloped the city, leading to sacrifices. When questioned about yielding to these monsters, Manhwa asserted Dragon City's resistance. Mr. Yan proclaimed Earthlings as relentless. Amidst overwhelmed students, one urged them to study ardently, become superhuman, and defend Dragon City against aliens. Encouragement filled the air, portraying Earth's victory. Reflecting on his past, Manhwa discovered a classmate's grudge from a previous life. Injured by the class rep Zuo, he missed the entrance exam and later betrayed Dragon City in a racial war. Surprisingly, Manhwa apologized, acknowledging his faults. To avoid Mr. Yan's repercussions, he was sentenced to perform the dragon hibernation stance until class end. Laughter erupted, assuming he'd fail, but Manhwa executed it with remarkable precision, surprising everyone, including Mr. Yan. Once underestimating classmates now recognized Manhwa's prowess. Seeking leniency, he claimed imperfection, but Mr. Yan disregarded him. The embarrassed class rep Zuo witnessed a peculiar vision, a system announcing successful kindling binding, revealing Manhwa's identity as the Fire Relayer. The fire, a reminder of Manhwa's nightmare, surged from the heart of Dragon City, penetrating his being. The system congratulated him for becoming the Fire Relayer, granting 10,000 initial contribution points and promising to optimize his condition. Despite lingering injuries, the system facilitated a remarkable recovery. Suddenly, it halted, leaving Manhwa puzzled with 3,000 contribution points. Mr. Yan concluded the class, and onlookers marveled at Manhwa's endurance in the prolonged dragon hibernation stance. Exhausted, Manhwa felt drained as the fire had consumed his energy for repair and skill awakening. His best friend Chu, thinking Manhwa was training the stance, covered his food expenses. Forgetting money, Manhwa promised to repay Chu tomorrow, strengthening their bond. Grateful, Chu lent him money but was frustrated when Manhwa indulged in an extravagant meal, eating more than his expectations and leading to a defensive move by Manhwa. During a stroll, Manhwa earned environmental contribution points by helping a street sweeper with rubbish troubles. Bored, he returned to class. Chu asked about Manhwa's encounter with Mr. Yan and aspirations as a potential general. Manhwa clarified he didn't kill Mr. Yan, witnessing his fate at a monster's hands. Regarding Chu's future, Manhwa pondered revealing her destiny in a monster war but changed the topic. Both harbored dreams, Chu aspiring to attend military school and become a general, while Manhwa aimed for college to become a superhuman. The next class was in the language room, and anticipation filled the air as students awaited their teacher, Wang. However, at 5:45, their class representative announced that teacher Huang was unwell, redirecting everyone to the cultivation room for self-study. Walking through the hallway, the class rep scrutinized their conversations and promptly scolded them for chit-chatting. Irritation brewed among the students, but Manhwa advised patience, being reincarnated into this world. He had realized that Zuo Hao, who belonged to richer family, had not been their class rep Zuo. The position would have been in the hands of Chu. Upon reaching the cultivation center, it was communicated to the students that their class is about self-study, and hence self-study commenced, and each student had to choose their cultivation module. Opting for the punching machine, Manhwa, however, found himself clumsy due to the energy expended earlier for healing. Taking a break, he observed Chu and couldn't help but smile. Misinterpreting Manhwa's intentions, Chu assumed he was being teased. Manhwa clarified that he couldn't unleash his power during cultivation, but Chu perceived it as a flex. To defuse the situation, Manhwa invited Chu to the restroom. Once inside, Manhwa unexpectedly requested to examine Chu's muscles, leading to a rather playfully peculiar turn of events, probably to tease his fat buddy. Surprised by Manhwa's understanding of his physical state, Chu attentively listened as Manhwa explained the potential dangers of blindly continuing the reckless bull force. Realizing he was midway through the powerful techniques course in his body, Chu faced the risk of osteoporosis if he didn't adjust his training. Seeking Manhwa's help, Chu unexpectedly found an ally in his classmate. Following a brief intervention with the fire, Chu sensed a noticeable 3% increase in his power. Appreciative of the improvement, Chu eagerly attempted the enhanced technique. A spark indicated to Manhwa that Chu's progress had reached 10%, earning Manhwa 10 contribution points. This inspired Manhwa to teach martial arts to the citizens of Dragon City, earning additional rewards. Excited, he chose the basic gun skill for its cost and the opportunity for a free upgrade. Returning to cultivation, Chu concentrated on maximizing his punching strength. Class rep interrupted to test punching force. Despite Chu's frustration, Manhwa advised him to gather information. Zuo showcased the reckless bull force, setting a new record with a 225 kg force. Admiration ensued, and Zuo proudly displayed his achievement. As classmates took turns trying the machine, Manhwa encouraged Chu. Fueled by determination, Chu lifted the machine, leaving everyone in awe of his newfound strength. Surpassing their class rep Zuo's record and setting a new benchmark, Chu marveled at his newfound punch potency. Manhwa openly praised Chu for practicing the super reckless bull diligently without his knowledge. Promoting him and highlighting how he outperformed their class rep Zuo, Manhwa, with irony, asked Chu to teach him the skill he had initially imparted. Emphasizing secrecy until after exams, Manhwa intended to use cultivation resources to cover Chu's fees, inspiring others to seek Chu's guidance, bolstering Dragon citizen contributions, and fostering class unity. Manhwa disclosed Chu's non-election as class rep Zuo, casting a shadow over Zuo's reputation. Attempts at reconciliation failed as Zuo vowed to obstruct Chu's university enrollment. Post-class, resources divided, 30% for Chu and 70% for Manhwa. Curious about the skill's origins, Chu queried Manhwa, who obscured the truth with a fabricated excuse. They parted ways, and Manhwa, guided by past disdain for the missealing Dragon City, stayed behind. Unhappy with the city's dense buildings, crowded streets, and the burdensome stress of cultivation, Manhwa harbored a distaste for his surroundings. Despite secret endeavors among the youth to explore Earth through books and movies, only 2 physical education lessons were offered daily, with a surplus of language and math classes. Adults, working 8-hour shifts for affluence, faced the stark reality of an irretrievable Earth and the impending nightmare it held. Amidst this, the reckless bull technique circulated through Dragon City, amplifying its overall power. An unexpected announcement warned of an impending monster invasion in the urban area, predicted to occur in the factory region at the city's north side. Returning home, Manhwa faced the challenge of catching a bus that nearly bypassed him. With some effort, he managed to catch up and finally arrived in the Hulan area where he lived. As he greeted his sister, who sought assistance carrying a bucket, a sudden wave of deja vu swept over him, triggering a nightmare. In this unsettling dream, his sister transformed into a menacing black darkness witch, stepping on his face before he abruptly woke up. Reacting unexpectedly to his sister in reality, she became irate. Seeking answers, Manhwa questioned his sister, contemplating whether she would mistreat him if she gained power. She assured him she wouldn't, but secretly harbored thoughts of stepping on him with all her might. Despite further inquiries about her satisfaction with him, she outwardly claimed contentment while secretly holding resentment. Upon reaching home, Menkeo was surprised by his mother's spring rolls, evoking so much joy that he found himself crying while eating. However, their familial moment was interrupted by noise outside, prompting Menkeo's father to check the news on the television. At 8:50 p.m., the Battle Crab team was set to complete North City's arrangement using Dragon City's most advanced battle machine, a large metal crab. As they watched the news, the TV inexplicably turned off, and a sudden earthquake rattled their surroundings, signaling the arrival of bug-type monsters in their area. For a brief respite, the machines successfully restrained the bugs' movement, but their triumph was short-lived. The relentless monsters managed to breach the defensive lines, evolving into flying flame bugs. Faced with imminent danger, Menkeo's father handed him a gun for their protection. Prepared to defend against the impending intrusion, Menkeo readied himself to shoot the bugs. However, an unexpected twist occurred as the fire symbol appeared, signaling the activation of the first combat mission. Tasked with eliminating 10 flame armor bugs and 3 flying bugs, Menkeo agreed to undertake the mission, activating his basic shooting skill. He aimed at the bugs and fired, successfully taking down several. In return, he earned credits and witnessed a proficiency increase of 0.8%. Persistently, he continued to eliminate the bugs, gradually recovering his shooting sense from a previous life. Despite his proficiency, Menkeo sensed the presence of a mysterious monster yet to reveal itself. As he finally located the beast, it proved too formidable for his current basic shooting skill level to inflict any harm. The impending challenge added a layer of complexity to the ongoing battle, as guards fought to restrain the advancing bugs, attempting to prevent their intrusion into the residential area. Menkeo hurriedly targeted the creatures, determined to enhance his shooting skills before the impending awakening of the formidable beast bug. His father, concerned for Menkeo's safety, urged him to evacuate, but he insisted on remaining at the building, fully aware of the potential threat posed by the beast bug. In his relentless pursuit of the flame bugs, Menkeo succeeded in eliminating several, ultimately completing his first mission and acquiring 0 credit points. With his proficiency maxed out, he seized the opportunity to upgrade his basic shooting skill to the master rank. The confirmation of his mission's reward elevated his skill to a perfect rank, granting him the ability to discern the weak points of the bugs. Eager to maximize his effectiveness, Menkeo attempted to reload his gun with armor breaker bullets. Unfortunately, he faced an unexpected setback. He had forgotten to refit his gun, rendering reloading impossible. The looming threat of the approaching monster heightened the tension as it detected Menkeo's location, preparing to launch a potentially devastating attack. Amidst the monster's relentless attack, Menkeo's mind drifted back to a haunting memory involving Xiao Cao. Her attempt to aid in killing a monster had gone awry when her loud gunshot attracted the attention of the beast bug. The ensuing chaos resulted in Menkeo's mother sustaining severe injuries, leading to a streak of misfortune. In a desperate moment, Menkeo, burdened by guilt and fear, planted the seed of blackness. Firing multiple shots at the bug, Menkeo angered it, leading to a powerful charge. Strategically timing his basic gun technique, he triggered a massive explosion, causing the monster to collapse. The guards confirmed the beast bug's demise and tasked the team with eliminating smaller bugs. Exhausted, Menkeo teetered on unconsciousness, hopeful his nightmare wouldn't recur. Yet, the absence of a kill message hinted at the monster's possible survival, casting uncertainty over the aftermath. Despite the injuries from his previous actions, Menkeo, driven by desperation to alter fate, summoned the resolve to confront the lingering monster. Just as he prepared to unleash the reckless bull technique, a sudden intervention occurred. A mysterious super being pierced the monster's head, bringing about its demise. This super being, present in the city before its destruction, had now played a pivotal role in its defense. In recognition of Menkeo's contributions and crucial role in stalling the monster, he was awarded 1978 credit points. Additionally, his basic skill, Dragon Snake Aura, awakened, and he gained a beginner harvest skill. Nourished by his mother's cooking, Menkeo found the strength to move and was determined to expedite his growth to avert further chaos. Turning to Tinder, Menkeo explored the exchange list and acquired the harvest skill within his credit point budget. Swiftly exchanging for the beginner harvest skill, he learned it quickly. On a journey of self-improvement, he upgraded his beginner harvest skill to the professional rank and concurrently enhanced his shooting skill to the perfect rank, a strategic combination for his current predicament. Reflecting on his past, Menkeo realized that, Having faced less evolved monsters, he held unique insights into the mysteries of Dragon City. Later, their father was about to depart for harvesting when he advised both of his wards to take care of each other. Meanwhile, Menkeo realized that in his current academic and physical state he will not get admission in the top college, and he expressed the desire to accompany his father. Deep down, his father had the same fears for his son, and he instantly allowed his son to join him in the harvesting. As the battle against the monsters concluded, the resource recovery team collected valuable resources from the monster corpses, crucial for Dragon City's sustainable development. Recovering these resources strategically was imperative to prevent resource depletion within 3 to 5 years, avoiding starvation and entrapment. Superhumans wielding cold weapons played a pivotal role in executing many monsters. Preserving the corpses intact facilitated efficient resource recovery, highlighting humanity's dependence on these extraordinary individuals. The task of harvesting was both bold and delicate, with Menkeo expressing confidence despite teasing from his father about potential nervousness. His father even suggested using a diaper to prevent any accidents. Arriving at the designated location, Shen Rongfa, the general manager of the resource recovery company, welcomed them. Due to Menkeo's recent injury, Shen Rongfa initially hesitated to assign him the job. However, considering the success of Mr. Lao Meng's team, Menkeo was reluctantly included. Shen Rongfa playfully remarked about wanting to be Menkeo's brother-in-law, causing an awkward moment for Menkeo's father. The uncomfortable comment frustrated Menkeo, realizing the impact of his past actions on Mr. Lao Meng. Despite the tension, they returned to work. Determined to break free from past nightmares, Menkeo resolved not to rely on others and sought to build his own power to change his fate. In the extraction lab, the meticulous work of harvesting monster corpses began, with Menkeo's uncle serving as his mentor. Guided through the monster's anatomy, each part was explained for later use in sustaining the city's economy. Now, Menkeo had the opportunity to put theory into practice. Commencing with the dissection, he carefully separated the central nervous cord, preserving it in a nerve cell activation solution with a 37% density to maintain freshness. Using the arc of the No. 34 butterfly blade, Menkeo skillfully peeled off the fleshy carapace, employing a vacuum container for collecting and storing intact scorpion meat. The final step involved aspirating the mucus using a vacuum aspirator. Upon completing the extraction, Menkeo received a notification from the fire, acknowledging his first standard gathering of materials as a fire relayer. This achievement earned him contribution points, increasing his proficiency in the specialist level basic harvesting skill by 1.1%. The uncles, astonished by Menkeo's skill and vigor on his first attempt, expressed their admiration. In a surprising revelation, Menkeo shared with Mr. Lao Meng and uncles that, during his period of injury, he had been dreaming of becoming an ace harvester. Proud of his son's achievements, even after losing the chance to attend university, Menkeo's father expressed overwhelming pride. With renewed determination, they continued their work, extracting monsters with Menkeo flawlessly contributing to the effort. While engaged in the extraction process, Menkeo astutely identified one of the monsters as a golden spirit, showcasing his advanced harvesting skill. His uncle, surprised at Menkeo's ability to recognize a golden spirit, inquired about his knowledge. Menkeo casually attributed it to lessons learned from his biology teacher, downplaying his proficiency. Prepared to extract the high-grade material from the golden spirit, Menkeo geared up and readied the equipment. Recognizing the complexity of the internal structure, he remembered the necessity of supervisor goo or superhumans for such tasks. The exposed nerve cord and neurosphere posed a risk, as any mishandling could lead to a change in flesh and potential spirit energy ruin, possibly resulting in an explosion. Eager to proceed, Menkeo began removing the carapace, only to be halted by someone, Mr. Lao Meng, who stepped in, expressing a willingness to take responsibility for any potential failure. Despite reservations from his uncles, hesitant due to the high-grade nature of the monster, Menkeo's father intervened, offering support and assuming the blame if needed. Deciding to allow Menkeo to proceed, they emphasized the need for education and guidance. As Menkeo started dissecting the monster, he successfully extracted the high-grade material after a few intense moments. With the etherealized neurosphere in hand, Menkeo ordered Mr. Lao Meng to use a mithril-based cooling and stabilizing solution. Amazement filled the room as Menkeo's uncles marveled at the extracted etherealized neurosphere. Despite being a high schooler, Meng Kao seemed to have plans for the neurosphere, prompting Mr. Lao Meng to intervene and insist on maintaining caution. As he left the scene, Meng Kao pondered on persuading Mr. Lao Meng to support his entrepreneurial aspirations. Heading to another location to find a high-grade monster, Meng Kao discovered someone had beaten him to it, posing a new challenge for his ambitions. Encountering an old man and a girl named Zhu Zai had been attempting to extract a monster, Meng Kao intervened, introducing himself and showcasing knowledge of harvester etiquette that surprised the old man. Aware of the evolving state of the seven-eyed dragon wolf spider, stuck between rank 1 and rank 2 super beasts, Meng Kao halted their extraction efforts, expressing concern about the delicate inner structure and thin poison sac, which could compromise the material and risk the harvest's failure. Despite Meng Kao's explanation, Zhu Zai, unaware of Meng Kao's background, grew furious, feeling her grandfather was being underestimated. Asserting himself as a self-taught veteran harvester, Meng Kao aimed to prove his expertise. He instructed the old man to open the super beast shell and examine its mutating body. The old man, choosing to handle the extraction himself to showcase his skill, caught Meng Kao's excitement. Observing the old man's injured hand, Meng Kao offered his assistance in the extraction, proposing a fee of 30,000 in cash. He justified the charge, emphasizing the potential value of his experience and skill in extracting the poison sac perfectly. Despite the Zhu Zai's fury at what she perceived as an affront to her grandfather, the old man intervened, indicating that Meng Kao might be onto something regarding the monster's condition. Curious about Meng Kao's ability to assist in completing the harvest for 300,000 cash, Zhu Zai inquires about his skills. However, the old man insists on paying him 500,000, emphasizing that Meng Kao, not being a superhuman yet, lacks the required strength and senses, positioning him as an assistant. Deciding to collaborate, they prepare to extract the monster's body. When Meng Kao hands the Mr. Ning a number 7 rhombus-shaped blade with a number 4 hilt instead of the requested number 3 hilt, it becomes evident that Meng Kao anticipated the potential damage the specified blade could cause to the evolving monster's appearance. They clear the surrounding area before dealing with the book lungs, showcasing Meng Kao's thoughtful approach. Impressed, the Mr. Ning acknowledges Meng Kao's skill, and Meng Kao earns another contribution point after guiding elite citizen Ning Shua. Growing more comfortable as the Mr. Ning's assistant, Meng Kao receives further instruction in the 7 dissection methods. Applying what he learned, Meng Kao amazes the Mr. Ning by reducing harvesting time by at least 5%, earning another contribution point. When questioned about his master, Meng Kao hesitates to share details, explaining his ambition to start a capital, form a team, and contribute more to Dragon City. This revelation surprises them with Meng Kao's kind-hearted nature, rushing to perform the final operation and successfully extracting the poison sac in excellent condition. Meng Kao is taken aback when the Mr. Ning offers to pay him 800,000, exceeding the agreed-upon 500,000. The additional payment is attributed to the knowledge gained from Meng Kao. Intrigued, the Mr. Ning questions how Meng Kao knew about his injuries, and Meng Kao deduces it from the condition of his hands, suggesting a past encounter with the venomous Purple Crown Holy's viper, affecting various nerves. Miss Ning asked Meng Kao to treat her grandfather's injury. Suddenly, Tinder offered the first treatment emission type for 1 month, which he accepted. The Mr. Ning proposed a contract from the Thunder Squad for Meng Kao's harvesting team, but he wanted to think about it due to the urgency of the poison sac. After helping, he received $800,000 and rushed to surprise Mr. Lao Meng, only to find him with a broken container containing the etherealized nerve ball. Mr. Lao Meng had gone to Mr. Shen to buy the nerve ball for Meng Kao's university enrollment. Mr. Shen's greed led to the container dropping, and he blamed Meng Kao's father. Meng Kao observed the container and found oil on the glass from Mr. Shen's hand, causing the drop. Mr. Shen, thinking Meng Kao's father was greedy, refused to take responsibility and slapped him. Forced to sign a 3-year contract, Meng Kao, disgusted, pushed away the form. As a result, Mr. Shen issued orders to his bodyguards, instructing them to attack Meng Kao. Despite Mr. Lao Meng's attempt to shield him, Meng Kao found himself struck on the shoulder by a swing from one of the guards wielding a bat. Responding swiftly, Meng Kao confronted them, employing the Reckless Bull technique to engage in martial arts combat, and successfully overpowering one of the guards. In a sudden move, he activated the Ripple Force, aspiring to elevate it to the specialist level. Mr. Shen's actions contributed to the misery in Meng Kao's father's life due to the perilous second-level contract. Unyielding, Meng Kao continued his assault even as Mr. Shen pleaded for a conversation. Driven by anger, he delivered a resounding slap to Mr. Shen for manipulating the contract in his past life, followed by a punch for leading Xiao Kao away from belief in legal justice onto a dark path. In his previous life, Mr. Shen suffered injuries so severe that he involuntarily urinated. Despite attempts by Mr. Lao Meng to intervene and prevent legal repercussions, Meng Kao persisted, determined to land a final kick on Mr. Shen. The confrontation took an unexpected turn as the executive team from Guming Prosperous Resource Recovery Company arrived on the scene, including Master Tiger Qin Hu, the prominent figurehead of the company. Former associates of Shenronfa, deeply involved in illicit activities during Meng Kao's past life, were accused by bodyguards of destroying rare material. Mr. Guming threatened Meng Kao with imprisonment and life ruin. Unfazed, Meng Kao challenged police involvement, insisting on a proper medical examination for Mr. Shen. Super Gu was surprised by Meng Kao's audacity. Mr. Hu, examining Mr. Shen's injuries, recognized Meng Kao's precise yet not overly harmful strikes. Disregarding Mr. Shen's executive status, Mr. Hu noted Meng Kao's exceptional skills, acknowledging the high schooler's remarkable abilities. Seeking a resolution for the imperialized nerve ball without determining fault, Meng Kao proposed adhering to the company's rule of splitting the cost evenly. Despite initial fury from the executives, Meng Kao confidently negotiated and agreed to pay $300,000, the market price. Underestimating Meng Kao's financial capabilities, they were shocked when he readily paid. Concluding the negotiation, the supervisor Gu marveled at the unexpected wealth possessed by a high school student. With the payments settled, the imperialized nerve ball became Meng Kao's possession. He promptly instructed Mr. Lao Meng to procure a silver nitrate solution to preserve it. Witnessing the nerve ball evolve after being immersed in the solution, the imperialized nerve ball, now valued at $1 million, fueled Mr. Hu's fury upon realizing its increased worth. Keenly identifying something in the ball, Meng Kao skillfully negotiated a reduced price, splitting it in half for a more manageable acquisition. Outwitted, disgruntled executives left promptly, and Meng Kao emerged victorious. Joyed by his success, Meng Kao proposed a new resource venture, irking Mr. Hu, who felt underestimated. The old man appeared suddenly, surprising the executives, with Ghost Han Ning and Shen Yupeng, co-leader of the Thunder Combat Squad, also joining them. In a surprising turn, Mr. Hu adopted a more submissive stance, resembling a tame cat, while Shen Yupeng expressed interest in collaborating with Meng Kao. Following a lengthy discussion, Meng Kao approached Mr. Shen to assert his rightful claim and demand compensation for their insurance fraud. Mr. Hu, enraged by the revelation of bearing the employer's insurance costs, vented his anger by slapping Mr. Shen as punishment for entangling him in the dispute. In a hasty departure, they set off to trade the crystallized nerve ball. The following day, Meng Kao returned to school in the company of his newfound friends. Abruptly, an announcement was made that the study group would be cancelled, as news of its formation had reached the ears of their head. Meng Kao, infuriated by the study group's cancellation, immediately pointed fingers at class rep Zhu, accusing him of being behind the decision. The general consensus among students was that Shu didn't want his peers to surpass him. Shu vehemently denied any involvement, but the situation took a turn when another Tinder notification revealed that Wang Longjian had received guidance from Meng Kao, acquiring knowledge of the reckless bull technique. Amidst the confusion, King entered the classroom and confirmed the cancellation of the study group, proposing a deal to exchange super reckless bull knowledge for the group's continuation. Meng Kao, taken aback by this unexpected turn of events, confidently assured his fellow students that reckless bull would still be taught, with guidance from King and himself. This announcement sparked excitement among the students, eager to learn the coveted reckless bull technique. Students face impending exams with 3 challenging rounds: a physical test, super brain virtual system assessment, and a combat battle exam near the mist. A student is discontent about the fairness of the 100-meter sprint. The teacher responded firmly, emphasizing the harsh and unpredictable nature of the world, particularly within Dragon City. The teacher underscored that strength and authority were earned by confronting monsters and zombie invasions, a reality that demanded the use of fists, swords, and even teeth to secure freedom from looming threats. Undeterred, the teacher swiftly moved to the first test, urging students to give their best and emphasizing the significance of their united effort for the city's survival. In this critical moment, these young individuals represented a determined new generation poised to reshape their city's destiny. Shu stood out by setting a new record of 233 on the punch machine, instilling pride in the entire class. However, not everyone approached the test with the same enthusiasm. Ju, known for his provocative behavior, taunted fellow students while recounting a previous duel with Shu. This past encounter had left Zhu wounded, casting a shadow on his performance in the upcoming exam.